Good evening everybody. So I don't normally do commercial beer reviews on this channel, but I've managed to get hold of one of these Tynt Meadow beers, which is something a little bit different and new, as it's the UK's first Trappist Ale, official Trappist Ale. So I thought I'd give this a little go on camera, because it's something a bit different, a bit new, and I'm just quite intrigued to see what it's like. And as long as it's better than the last commercial beer that I reviewed, which was some god-awful monstrosity called Santa Goes Down Under, as long as it's better than that, I'll be happy. Right, so I've seen a lot of people have already reviewed this beer on YouTube, but I thought I'd chuck my 2p in just to see what I think about it. As I said before, it's the UK's first official Trappist Ale, so it's brewed at the St Bernard Abbey, Charnwood Forest. It's 7.4%, a dark ale. So expecting big malty, dark fruit flavours, and yeah, probably quite a full-bodied and moorish beer, I would expect. Now, normally, obviously, you would associate Trappist beers with the kind of Belgian offerings, you know, big names like Westmalle and so on over there. And I'm not a huge drinker of Belgian ales, but over the last sort of year or so, I've kind of tried to educate myself a little bit by buying a few more of those beers and drinking a few of those styles, and I have started to appreciate a lot more. There are certain types of beer, Belgian beer, that I just don't really get on with. Particularly sort of the very strong kind of phenolic flavours that you get for some of them don't really agree with me that much. But there's a few that I really enjoy, and although I'm not a regular drinker of those beers, I do appreciate them. Now, the interesting thing for me about this beer is, although it's a Trappist ale, because it's from an English monastery, they have basically decided to use an English ale yeast with it. So where you might be expecting, I mean, I would always associate Trappist with Belgian kind of yeasty type flavours, this one is brewed with an English ale yeast, so it's going to have its own kind of, or I will expect it to have its own kind of twist on that. So in terms of the description, it kind of sounds like a kind of dark Belgian kind of double or something like that, but obviously it's UK Trappist beer brewed with UK ale yeast, so it will probably be a little bit different. Anyway, enough waffle about that, but yeah, the yeast choice was the thing that kind of intrigued me the most about the description of it, because it's not necessarily what you would expect. So these are small bottles, 330 centilitre, nicely presented though. I like all the branding, the labels on this. And just going into the glass, looks like a nice level of carbonation. They are bottle conditioned, but the yeast looks like it's quite well stuck onto the bottom there. As you can see, has developed quite a nice just off-white head on the top there, and a very dark brown, maybe very dark red. You'll see a little bit of a hint of red at the bottom there. So there is some nice dark fruity flavours on the nose there. Yeah, so maltiness, kind of dark fruit flavours. I get a little bit of biscuit maybe, and that kind of malt loaf, so kind of raisiny, raisin and sultana kind of malt loaf. Maybe Christmas pudding type aroma to it. Smells very nice actually, quite sweet, quite appetizing. Let's have a taste. yeah, you get the aroma definitely leads you into the flavours there. So it's very rich for a start. There's definitely a good level of body to this. And as I was saying, without the kind of Belgian yeast element there, it doesn't have that sort of spicy background to it, or phenolic notes on there. It's very much more of a fruit kind of flavour there, so very much kind of like an autumnal fruit flavour to it. A little bit plummy maybe. It's got that kind of slightly kind of stewed, cooked fruit taste to it that some of the dark beers, darker English ales will have. Quite a sipping beer, I would say. I mean, it's 7.4% isn't massively strong, but it kind of drinks not strong of that in terms of it being quite boozy or alcoholic, but just because it's very full flavoured, full bodied, quite sweet. I think you could easily be persuaded that this was actually a couple of percentage points higher than that. Yeah, very faint kind of hints of not roasty, but almost a kind of nutty, little bit of chocolate maybe. Yeah, as I said, from the aroma, the dark kind of malty, malt loaf, Christmas cake. That's the kind of malt flavours that you're getting from it. I've got to say, it's a very nice beer. I'm enjoying this, and like I said, it's very much a sipping beer. I don't think I would be drinking a huge quantity of this. It's not really the time of year that I would naturally want to pick one of these out of the fridge and have a drink of it, but as a winter or autumn kind of fireside drink, I think this would be absolutely delightful. Yeah, well done to the brothers at the where was it again? St Bernard Abbey. They've done a good job with that. Yeah, so I'd recommend this. Support the old monks, as this is their main income now, and go and pick yourself up a bottle. Very nice stuff. So yeah, I'll leave it there, and cheers.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness, or duder, or you know, El Duderino.